Urgent New York Giants fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest New York Giants updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Giants fans, today we've got some serious news that's shaking up the team and definitely impacting the outlook for this season. If you've been following the Giants closely, you already know that every game, every play, every injury can shift the momentum, and right now, we're dealing with a pretty tough blow. So, what exactly happened? Well, it's about Victor DeMukade, a player who's been steadily making a name for himself on the defensive line, and unfortunately, he suffered a significant injury during a recent practice session. And I'm telling you, this isn't just a minor tweak, it's a rupture in his pectoral muscle, a serious injury that's going to keep him out of action for an undetermined amount of time. Now, for those who might not be super familiar with Victor DeMukade, he's been one of those players flying under the radar but quietly making a difference in the Giants' defense. Drafted in 2022 out of Duke University, DeMukade showed a lot of promise as a pass rusher, with a knack for disrupting plays and putting pressure on quarterbacks. Over the past few games, he's been increasingly involved, earning more snaps and becoming a versatile piece in that defensive front. His size, agility, and relentless motor made him a player to watch, especially as the Giants looked to bolster their pass rush after a somewhat inconsistent start to the season. But now, with this injury, everything changes. A rupture of the pectoral muscle isn't just a superficial injury, it's a tear that requires significant downtime for recovery and rehabilitation. Sometimes, players can be out for several weeks or even months, depending on the severity and how well they respond to treatment. This leaves the Giants in a tough spot, especially on the defensive front, which has already faced its share of challenges this season. They've been working hard to build a cohesive, aggressive defense, and losing a key rotational player like DeMukade puts extra pressure on the coaching staff to find solutions quickly. And let's talk about the broader context here. The Giants' defense, which was already under some scrutiny after a few inconsistent performances, now faces the challenge of adjusting their schemes without one of their emerging pass rushers. The team's coaching staff will have to get creative, perhaps moving some players around or relying more heavily on other depth options they have in the roster. But the thing with injuries, especially muscular ones like this, is that they often strike at the worst possible time, right when the team is trying to find its rhythm. This injury also underscores the physical toll that football takes on these athletes. These guys push their bodies to the limit every week, and despite all the training, conditioning, and medical support, injuries are almost inevitable. It's a brutal sport, and no team is immune. What makes it even more challenging is the emotional aspect, seeing a teammate go down, knowing that it might mean less playing time for him, or even a longer road to recovery. For Victor DeMukade, it's undoubtedly a tough moment, but Giants fans are hoping he can come back stronger and healthier. Now, looking ahead, the team is going to have to make some strategic decisions. Will they bring in a free agent to fill that defensive end spot? Or will they trust some of the younger players already on the roster to step up? It's a test of depth and resilience, and frankly, it's a great opportunity for other players to prove their worth. The Giants have some promising young talent on the roster, and this could be a chance for someone like Kayvon Thibodeau or O'Shane Ximines to take on a bigger role and show why the team invested in them. And let's not forget the importance of leadership, both on and off the field. The veteran players and coaches will need to rally around the team, keep everyone motivated, and maintain focus despite this setback. Injuries like this remind us all how unpredictable football can be, and how crucial it is to have a deep, versatile roster that can adapt on the fly. It's also a moment that tests the mental toughness of the team. Will they let this injury derail their season, or will they rally together and come out stronger? That's what makes sports so compelling, the human element, the resilience, and the drive to overcome adversity. Now, it's worth mentioning how this fits into the bigger picture of the Giants' season. Up to this point, they've shown flashes of potential but also some inconsistency. The defense, in particular, has been a work in progress. They've had moments of brilliance, especially in the pass rush, but also lapses that have allowed opponents to hang around. Losing a player like DeMukade certainly doesn't help, but it's also an opportunity for other players to step up and prove that they're ready for prime time. The coaching staff will need to adjust their game plans and perhaps lean more on their secondary or linebackers to compensate for the loss on the line. For fans, this news is a reminder of how fragile momentum can be in the NFL. One injury, and suddenly, plans have to shift. But it's also a testament to the resilience of the team and the sport itself. The Giants have a rich history of overcoming obstacles, and this season, they'll have to do just that again. The hope is that Victor DeMukade recovers quickly and returns to the field stronger than ever. The team is certainly rooting for him, and we all know how important it is to have your key players healthy when it matters most. As we look at the season ahead, there are still plenty of questions. Will the Giants make a move in free agency? How will this injury affect their game strategy? Can other players step into DeMukade's role without losing too much in terms of production? All these questions are on the table, and the answers will shape how the Giants navigate this challenging chapter. We've seen in the past that teams with strong leadership and depth can overcome injuries like this, so it's all about how they respond over the coming weeks. In terms of statistics, Victor DeMukade has been a promising presence, with a few sacks and pressures that have helped disrupt opposing quarterbacks. His versatility allowed him to contribute in various packages, and losing that kind of energy and explosiveness on the line is a blow. But the good news is that the Giants have a coaching staff that's experienced and capable of making tactical adjustments. They'll be watching film, trying to identify new ways to generate pressure and cover the gaps that DeMukade's absence creates. Of course, the fans' reaction has been a mix of concern and hope. Nobody wants to see a young player suffer an injury, but everyone understands that football is a tough sport. The community of Giants supporters is rallying around Victor, sending messages of support, and holding on to hope that he'll bounce back. In the meantime, the team's focus shifts to the upcoming games, where every play counts even more now. It's a test of character, resilience, and unity, and I believe the Giants have the talent and the mindset to get through this. Looking at the bigger picture, this injury also highlights the importance of having a deep roster and strong medical support staff. Every team faces setbacks, but those who can adapt quickly and keep their spirits high tend to come out on top. The Giants' front office and coaching staff will likely explore all options in the market, seeking to add someone who can step in and produce immediately. Whether that's through free agency or perhaps promoting from within, it's clear that the team will do whatever it takes to stay competitive. And let's not forget the historical context. The Giants have faced adversity many times before, from the 1986 Super Bowl run to the more recent playoff appearances, and each time, they've shown resilience. This season might be no different. Injuries are part of the game, but it's how you respond that defines the team. The players, coaches, and fans all have a role to play in overcoming this challenge. In conclusion, while the news about Victor DeMukade's injury is undoubtedly a setback, it's also a story of perseverance. The Giants will need to rally, adapt, and push forward, demonstrating the grit that has always been part of their identity. The upcoming games will test their depth and mental toughness, but I have no doubt that this team, led by their coaching staff and supported by their passionate fans, will find a way to rise above it. So stay tuned, because we'll be watching closely as the situation unfolds, bringing you the latest updates, insights, and analysis on how the Giants are navigating this tough period. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this injury? How do you think the team will respond? Do you believe this will be a catalyst for other players to step up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest news and analysis on your favorite team. Let's keep the spirit high, and remember, the season's not over yet. The Giants have faced tough times before, and they've always come back stronger. This is just another chapter in their story, and I'm excited to see how they write it.